This will be a little different video because in this tutorial I wanted to show you how my add-on NODEE Ice&Snow works. If you are interested in this add-on, you can find the link in the description. Okay, so to install it, you can go to Edit Preferences, then click Install, find the zip file and double-click it to install. After installing, you can enable it by checking this checkbox near to it. In the preference, you can choose your own shortcut. By default it's set to Shift F. If you want to change it, just click it and press any key combination. I will leave it to Shift F. The add-on also works in the N panel. If you press N and find it, it's called NODEE, and you have all the options that you can find under this shortcut too. As you can see, these are the same options. So to use it, you can basically just select the object and press the shortcut. And the first option I want to show is Ice&Snow, so let's click it. As you can see, we have our new geometry. If I go to render view, as you can see, it's rendered as Ice&Snow. To change the setting, I turn off rendering for now. As you can see, we have a lot of settings. For example, we can change the snow thickness, change the radius of the icicles, or the length of it. You can also increase the density of icicles. As you can see, it's all computed really quickly, and you have a lot of different settings. If you are interested of whatever these settings will do, you can check out in the documentation, link also in the description. If you want to remove this effect, just delete the geometry nodes modifier, and let's go to the next one, which is snow. As you can see, it's similar but without icicles. We have a little bit different settings here. As you can see, it's all work pretty well on this small object, but if we have a really big object, so let's scale it and apply the scale. And now if I turn it on, as you can see, it doesn't work really well. And there are several ways to fix this. First, you can always increase the thickness, that often helps. But maybe you want to have a thin layer of snow. Then you need to increase the resolution to 256, for example. Now we can decrease the snow thickness. As you can see, it's a little bit better than before. The other thing that can often improve the result is to increase the point distribution number. What is it? You can find out in the documentation also, but basically it's the first step into creation this mesh. It's required to distribute some points on this mesh, and this is basically the density of these points of the first stage of generating this snow geometry. So we can increase it, and as you can see, it's now worked pretty well. And these three parameters, the snow thickness, the point distribution number and the resolution, can also fix the problem with wrong placement of the snow. Okay, let's go to the next one. You can also use the N panels button, of course. Let's now click icicles. As you can see, we have the same problem, so let's maybe scale it to not adjust this parameter every time. As you can see, this is ice. Maybe you don't like this little part of geometry, and you can filter small ice-snow meshes by changing the parameter delete small ice group. By increasing it, as you can see, it deletes the smallest elements. Okay, and the last one is require changing the position of 3D cursor, because it's a frost and we need an effector object that will allow us to control it. So let's change the position of 3D cursor by pressing Shift and right mouse button. And now if I check Ice and Frost, As you can see, in place of 3D cursor we have the effector object, and now I can move it to better control of my frost. Okay, so this is basically the add-on. You can play with all of these different variables, and if you want to find out more about them, you can check the documentation. If you have any further questions, feel free to ask in the comments. Thanks for watching, and bye!